JH Sports and Entertainment.
Hey yo guys. Welcome. Welcome to the channel, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in, appreciate it. As always, as I always say, because I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you guys watching, I really do. So, well, Sunday afternoon now, in the UK. The nice weather has gone and disappeared completely. It's a miserable day. The weather is horrible here after days and days of sunshine, and now we left with this. But listen, I ain't gonna complain too much. So, as usual, as we all know at the moment, that there is not a great deal at all happening. I made a video yesterday about the Hearns, Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn, the Hearn promotional team Matchroom, about they're set up for the fight card, with very little crowding in the back garden set up. And I watched this morning. I seen a podcast this morning, American channel, and they were discussing racism in America, racism in the world, and as we all know, that it's a serious issue. I have addressed it a little bit myself. I don't really get into politics too much, but I will address if something needs to be addressed. I don't mind. It's not that I won't talk about politics. I will talk about politics. It's just I'm not really. I don't get into politics too much. I like to keep things fun over here on my channel. I like to keep things fresh and keep things fun, and keep the sport really. But like I've said though, right, is that in the future when I do podcasts myself in the future, that it's going to be, obviously this is the sports channel, sports and entertainment channel, but I am willing to do podcasts and do discussions about whatever people want to talk about as well. Like I've said before, anybody who suffers with or has suffered with mental health problems and stuff like that, just to have a voice or somebody to listen to, I'm more than happy to do that. Because I had somebody help me out that way when I was going through my difficulties, and it helps a whole lot. So like I say, when I do these podcasts and kind of call-ins and stuff like that, nothing's really off limits, I suppose, but you know where I'm coming from, right? So yeah, we seen Anthony Joshua. We seen he had like a knee brace on. Obviously, we found out that he has the knee injury. That's going to have him out for 4 weeks. I mean, there's nothing happening anyway, but it's just it was interesting to see Joshua there with the. I thought it was something more serious when I saw his injury, until I heard and I read about what it was, and I thought it was something, I wasn't quite sure what it was because he had that knee brace thing on, but it could have been the hamstring or whatever, you know what I mean? But he's going to be out. Very quiet, right, on the boxing front. And this is the thing, right? This is what I want to talk about as well, right? Is that, this podcast today, it really influences me when I see these podcasts. I want to do that over here in the UK, but I want to have American channels. There's definitely channels I have in mind that I would love to, have open discussions with and do podcasts with, for sure, on both sides of the pond, from Britain and from the United States and other places in the world too, because you got to remember, there's not just the US and the UK. We got a whole world out there, right? A whole world of talented people who do this YouTube game, But yeah, so anyway, Tyson Fury is. The whole, to get back to this, I said I wouldn't discuss it again, but to get back to what happened with the Glovegate scenario, the Glovegate situation that we dealt with, and that we that some of us seen and some of us denied, or whatever, however you want to play it, or however you want to say it from your side, your point of view. But people ain't letting Fury off the hook, man. People ain't, and no should they, right? No should they, because a cheat is a cheat, right? If it's all allegedly, still it's all an alleged thing, right? But it's nobody's, we ain't gonna let him off the hook, me neither, if I am right, if I am correct and other people are correct. But the guys today on the podcast, right, they were saying, they're like, fuck Fury forever, for what he did and cheated his way, and of course it's we mentioned it here, we've talked about it here, but it is a terrible thing. It's a terrible, terrible thing. I hate nothing worse than cheats, especially in sport, right? You want your sport to be legit, right? It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's basketball, basketball, boxing, tennis, mixed martial arts, whatever the case is. You want clean, and you don't want cheats. But yeah, they ain't letting them off the hook, and I don't blame them either. Because it's if you get if it's true, if it is true what we allege and it did happen, then he's got away with it scot free. He got away with it scot free. But you know what it is? It's funny because over here on this side of the pond, right? A lot of these UK channels, right? And like I say, I listen to a lot of UK channels too. But a lot of these guys will not have a bad word said about the British fighters, whether it's Joshua, whether it's Fury, whether it's Dillian White or whoever, Chisora, you can go on and on and on. Different fighters especially from the UK, they will not have a bad word said about them. So when I speak my piece and I speak my mind about it, me being over this side of the pond, a lot of my my fellow UK heads, they have a go at me. They're like, yo, you're just siding with the LDBC and this and that, and you don't know what you're talking about and this and that. But listen, I'm a guy, I can have my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion just as you are entitled to your opinion. It's as simple as that, really. It's as simple as that. I'm not just saying it because I didn't just jump on the bandwagon and be like, oh, Fury cheated because the LDBC said it. Not at all. I'm not like that. Listen, I'm a grown dude, man. I'm a grown man. I have my own, you know what I mean? I make my own choices, my own decisions based on what I see, And I've been, listen, biggest Fury fan since day one. The biggest Fury fan. Love the dude. I think he's the most talented heavyweight on the planet. But listen, it's the Globegate thing. It doesn't set easy with me, It just today with people bringing it back up and bringing it back, because it hasn't been talked about for a little bit, So when you bring it back to the surface, it's like, damn, it's like, I just can't believe that shit, I can't believe. It's just just shocking and just. I hate it, man. I hate it. But they were getting on him today and like, fuck Fury, Which listen, you can't argue with if it's true, if the whole glove thing. And I think it did happen. I really do. I think he did do that. I think he did, and I can't support that. I do not support that. I can't knock the talent. Listen, when somebody is as talented as he is, he doesn't need to cheat. We've said this before. I'm going to leave it at that. In a moment, I'm going to leave it. And I think we'll bury this for now. I'm not. When I say bury it, I don't mean like, oh, it's forgotten about. It's never going to be forgotten about. I'm always going to remember it. And his I mentioned this way back, but Tyson's legacy is affected so negatively. Such a bad thing on his legacy could be down the toilet, really, if you think about it. If more people are more people are being honest with themselves of what they're seeing and so forth. So. Anyway, I think we'll leave that one where it is. But listen, never forgotten. No respect for that. No respect for that sort of thing, And yeah, it's just it's a crazy time still. It's a crazy time because slowly sport is coming back. I'm keeping my eye on the ball of the NBA as well. I can't wait for that. The NBA season is back real soon. Boxing's coming back, like I mentioned yesterday, that the Hearns putting their event on, and there will be more. There's going to be more events, more boxing events going to be cropping up, and of course the UFC are doing their thing. They've done a fantastic job, as we've discussed as well. But I'm just itching. Listen, at this point, I'll take anything. I'll take any fight. You know what I mean? I'm one of these people, though, right? I love a good. When it comes to an event, I love a good event. I'm not just one of these people who's all about the main event. Of course, the main event, it is what it is, right? But I'm the type of person, I enjoy a stacked card. That's my thing, right? I like a stacked card full of talent of all weight classes, right? Even if it's up and comers, whatever the case is, a good, just talented fight. But at this talented card, talented an event, full of talent. That's my thing. But at this point, I'll take anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. Just give me some boxing, man. I'll fight if you, you know what I'm saying? Put me in there with somebody. But no, joking aside, but I will, at this point, I'll take, just give me some fights, man. Whether it's in somebody's back garden, anywhere, I'm just missing boxing so much. There's only so many classic fights and so many, YouTube videos and stuff you can watch until you just, I need the live shit, man. You know what I mean? I'm itching, and it's this is like a drug for me, man. This boxing game is like a drug for me. I need it. You know what I mean? I need my fix. So the sooner we get this shit popping in the garden or wherever the case is, my back garden, your backyard, anywhere, put it anywhere, man, in a street, whatever. But what do you guys think about all this? What about all these legends coming out as well? Like they want to return, and you know, the Mike Tyson want to come back, and the Holyfield, and whoever else, you know, people want to come back. Even on the other side of the things, on the other side, on the mixed martial arts side, there's people talking about crossover events there, talking about maybe certain boxers coming to the, you know, going over to the UFC and doing the thing there. But I think it was, you know, it's one thing that the Floyd Mayweather thing, when he got it on with Conor McGregor, is one thing that I knew would never ever happen. Is I knew that Floyd would keep well away from the UFC and would never get in the octagon, and rightly so. He shouldn't do that, for real. Keep, you know, he's flirted with the idea before, right? He's flirted with it and mentioned it. I knew he wouldn't do that. No chance. How long do you think, seriously, right? If Floyd Mayweather stepped into the octagon, right, and fought like Conor McGregor or any top UFC guy, how long do you think he would last, right? I mean, of course he's got the defensive skills and all that, but you just, once those boys get you on the floor, grab you and get you on the deck, you're in big trouble if you don't know what I mean, and keep. So I don't think I can't think of any, you know, thinking about it now, I can't think of anybody that crossed over from the boxing side to the UFC or to MMA and really had a huge success with it, you know. I can't really think. There may be somebody, but right now, off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody. It normally doesn't go well for those guys to cross over to the MMA, because it is a different world, right? It's a different world. But I think people are just, you know, dying to get back to the combat game, that they're considering, you know, going to MMA or whatever, or those guys, some of those guys crossing over. I think they just want, some of these boys and girls just want to fight, right? Some of these guys, they just want to fight. I don't blame them. This is the business that they're in. This is what they do for a living, right? This is their passion. So, but yeah, crossover. I think that you know, boxers should stay away from the MMA side of things. And you know, funny enough though, I just found out quite really that Dillian Whyte. I think Dillian Whyte's had a few MMA fights, right? Or did he was he an MMA fighter from the beginning, or I'm not quite sure on that one, because I saw a video, and I saw Dillian Whyte was in the cage, you know. I was like, oh, you know, I was saying to somebody, I didn't know Dillian Whyte did the MMA thing, and so yeah, how many fights? I wonder how many fights Dillian had, and I don't even know. I'll have to check. I'll do some research on that one, look myself and find out, because I'm not sure. I didn't even know that. I did not know that, but there's been many guys have crossed over to that game. That's a deadly game over there. You know, if you MMA guys, they be doing this shit for years and years and years. You cannot just cross over and make a success of it. I mean, didn't even Tyson Fury himself flirt with the idea of going over there and doing some things? And I'm not quite sure how serious he was. I know that he did do some training. I know the Fury did some MMA training. I remember that, but I don't think he's flirted with the idea actually, and said that maybe he'll do it towards the end of his career, but I don't think he will. I think you know, these guys need to keep out of the cage. These guys and boxing and MMA are two completely different sports, you know, and I'm a huge fan of both. I love them both. I think they're you know, they're fantastic, you know, brilliant. But to cross over, you know, I even heard Dana White himself say he's not a big fan of the crossover events and all that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, but yeah, that's what I got for you today, guys. Just wanted to make it on this Sunday, on this miserable Sunday. Weather's bad here, but listen, I'm not going to complain too much. I'm just going to hit some more YouTube, you know, do some editing, put some of my content out, my videos out. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.